Yeah, Mr. Devang Lhamar, Business Development Manager, EOLANE, and Mr. Damien Quid. Quidlet. Yeah, International Vice President of EOLANE. Welcome, sir. So,
Thank you, Mr. Devendra.
yeah, can you tell us about your company first of all, please?
Okay, so like we are EOLANE, it's a global French MNC company, and part of a large organization of almost about 24 manufacturing locations we have worldwide. And out of that, 20 locations are in France. We are there in Morocco. We are there in Germany, Berlin, Estonia, part of Europe. And then Asia, when we talk about, then we are there in China, Suzhou, and a plant well established in Bangalore, India.
So when you established your plant there in Bangalore?
This plant originally was established in year 2005. Earlier we were known as one of the Finnish company which got acquired by EOLANE in year 2012, like December 2012. And then that's where we became the global part of EOLANE.
And as far as EOLANE, just a few words about EOLANE Group. EOLANE is a mid-sized company, French company that was settled 40 years ago. As Devang was saying, there is 20 locations in France and overall 26 locations. This is 3,500 employees overall. Let's say 75% are working in France, 25% abroad. Okay, and it's roughly 430 million euro turnover annually. And we are working in the EMS industry as electronic manufacturing service provider, going from R&D services up to through life cycle, meaning after sales services, etc., including industrialization, manufacturing, repair activities, etc. And as Devang was saying, settled in Bangalore since end of 2012, beginning 2013, and very proud and very happy to be here in India, where we feel that the playground for electronic company as EOLANE is very large, and there is a lot of opportunity, and we are very happy to be part of this, Make in India and development of your great countries.
So who are your major clients here in India for whom you are giving your services?
So in India, generally, like we operate into 8 segments, where aerospace, defense is two of the segments. We are there in medical electronics. We are in automotive, consumer, telecom electronics. So these are the major sectors we work with. Customers, some of them in aerospace defense, we support HAL, BEL. As well, few more customers like for lighting per se, we support Philips on a global level from India. Then we do have further customers who are multinationals within India, and we also do a lot of export for the companies like say Orange Networks, French Telecom. We do have some customers like FLS Smith. So it's a mix of customer base for India as well as global.
So when you talk about the R&D things, so what are the R&D establishment here in India and elsewhere in the world?
So globally, actually, we have 8 design centers. Out of that, 7 design centers we have in France, 1 design center in China. As of now, India does not have any design center, but we do have some design partners in India. So wherever our Indian customer requires any kind of design support, we provide that from our design partners from India. And also work with our French design centers, China design centers for additional support if required. And we do have a roadmap plan. Next 2 years, we wanted to have our own design center to support again our customers in India. So either it happens by acquisition or by natural growth. So that is part of our strategy to grow for a design center in India.
So altogether in the group, there is more than 250 engineers working on R&D. And we are definitely working very closely our R&D centers in France or in China together with the operation here in India. And as Devang was saying, our clear strategy for India is to develop the same footprint that we have in the other countries, to have a full service setup in India for Indian market. And this is our clear main strategy here. And in a couple of years, we hope that this will be settled in India and to offer the full scope of services here.
So can you elaborate more on right from the design to the finished product, to the manufacturing? So can you elaborate more on that?
Right. So see, whenever customer comes, he has a kind of a concept that what he really want to achieve by making this particular product. So we start putting all together. We agree the kind of technical specifications, because at that stage it will be very rough sketch, but then as and when we develop, we define more and more clear picture, and then once everything is freezed, we start working on the design part, where we start doing the schematics of the product, the overall look of the product, whatever customer has in mind. And so it's a step by step approach what we have. So it's a basically it's a milestone kind of a review what happens, where we step by step defines. It's a defined process what we have, and we agree at each end of the phase that yes, customer is agreed to the deliverables, whether we have delivered or if there are any things to be done, all are prepared, part of our roadmap. And that's how we phase by phase. Then once the design is ready, there are protos done, there are pilots done, there are field trials done. Once the customer is satisfied, it meets the market requirement, then we get into the mass manufacturing of the product.
Maybe one additional point, we are also very happy to provide our customers some what we call the technological bricks. That means that when a customer, a prospect come with an idea, with a concept, we can already on some, for example, Internet of Things, machine to machine, etc., we have already prepared some technical solution that can be embedded in their final solution. This really helps the customer to be fast on the market, and this is really the name of the game. Is if we can integrate already some of the CPUs, some of the LoRa technology, some of the connected IPs, etc., devices as a brick into the customer design, definitely it will be short time in the market, and this is something we are really proud to offer to the customer today.
So as of now, you are suppose somebody approaches you for manufacturing and also for designing, right from the designing to the manufacturing. So you are passing on your job to the French or the Chinese design center, or you are getting done it here only in India?
Yeah, see, design is something which is, we have to look for a right capability. So, being EOLANE group, we have very good support on certain segments. And whenever customer, again, it is cost-driven approach. So, if customer really wants something to be done in India, we have the qualified partners which have been approved by our design centers together. So we know each other that what are the capabilities available in India, what are the capabilities in China, what are the capabilities in our France subsidiaries. So based on the customer requirement, we pick and choose and support our customers.
And also one of the strengths of the EOLANE group is that we have settled a specific team which are called the IPMs, the International Program Manager, which are here to help organizing and managing a complete program, which will be international program. With it can happen that there are several manufacturing plants across the world with French design center or Chinese design center, and still to have a unique interface with a customer that that permit to have a global overview and a global management of the program. And we are very, very strong in program management, and you know that when it comes to R&D going up to the operation and manufacturing, program management is a key in having a successful service to our customer.
So can we talk about the production capacity here in India?
Okay, so if I talk about say India production capacity, we have about 5 SMA lines which can produce almost about the capacity is about 500,000 component per hour we can place through. It's a very quite large capacity we have. Apart from that, we are also equipped with some of the through-hole technology. So we do have the axial and radial machines to cater up to about 55,000 components per hour capacity. And then again, working with various segments like industrial, consumer, telecom, aerospace, defense, railway, medical, we have additional capacity to support our customers with X-ray analysis. We do have the flying probe testers. We do have the automated conformal coating machines, automated potting machines, in-circuit testers, and also we have the capability to develop the test stations for our customers based on their need actually. So it's a quite unique EMS company in India to support India as well as the global customers.
And what is the global scenario out there?
Sorry again, I did not catch your question.
Just we are just discussing about the capacity you have in India.
Yep.
Yeah. So just want to discuss the global scenario out there.
Okay, so not easy to say. I think if we are talking
Probably
about
we can say that globally when we talk about say French subsidiaries,
Yes.
so we have certain subsidiaries which are dedicated for certain customers, like say railway customers, some aerospace and defense customers, where we have the very high level of capability which we are working with our customers for almost 15 plus 20 plus years, kind of a dedicated supplier to them on railways, defense, medical electronics. So those facilities are having little more capability in terms of developing the reliability test plan, conducting the reliability test, even chip on board for certain automotive customer, which is very unique. You may not find globally. So there are certain customers who are working with us on dedicatedly that kind of product, where we are the sole supplier for them actually.
just to come back on what Devang was saying, and sorry again not to have catch the question at the first sight. I think capacity in terms of electronic assembly, PCB assembly, etc., is definitely not an issue in EOLANE. We have plenty of capacity and we are able to invest, and we are making a lot of investment every year to support the need of our customer. The name of the game is more about what are the specific requirements per activity domain that are requested by our customers. When we are talking about defense, definitely safety and security might be at the highest level of requirement. When we are talking about automotive, the PPM level is generally, the maximum focus of all the team, etc. And we are trying to approach each of our customers based on really what matters to them. And definitely because in France we have a number of subsidiaries, we can specialize. In India, we are trying to have, and this is what is our challenge, to address some market, like Devang was saying, automotive, but as well defense, as well medical, and we are addressing all this kind of market here in our Bangalore plant. So I would say the industrial strategy might not be exactly the same, but definitely we are investing and taking all the strengths of EOLANE worldwide to provide these strengths to the development of our operation here in India.
So we are hearing Make in India, right? Make in India things, and there's so much investment is coming into India. 3 days back, Minister says that the 1 lakh crores investment is coming into India, and 25,000 crores project has been cleared, right? So the manufacturing will actually happen in India, right? So what is your take on that? Means on the expansion plan of yours in India?
Right. So, per se, the Make in India plan, we are already seeing some upside now, because a lot of movements are there. The recent tax structure changes in for set-top box. For defense, there is a offset guideline which has come up, and even recently about 10.5 to 11% kind of a duty structure change for mobile phone makers. So we have already seen a lot of requirements already started generating, where we have also acquired a few of the customers this year, beginning of this year, for the set-top box market as well as consumer electronics like mobile phone market. So we are also gearing up with the kind of requirement which is coming up. With that again, we need kind of specific certifications. So per se, like say defense, aerospace, we need to have AS, which we have already, in advance we have got certified with AS 9100 certification. We are already invested for the machineries like flying probe testers, conformal coating facilities, potting facilities. So as and when we see there is already opportunity coming up, we are also ahead of the opportunity. We have also started realizing the investment need, which is already there now.
And maybe an additional point, and you know that Prime Minister Modi came over to France a few months ago, and there was a discussion between the French industry and Prime Minister Modi how French also government will support this Make to India stuff. And there was a big, I would say, commitment from the French government also to support this development. And EOLANE is definitely part of this game. We could be talking also about the connected city or these kind of things. And I was earlier this week with the French ambassador, and we were discussing about connected CCTV for the urban transport and all this. And definitely EOLANE wants to be and will be part of this development and all this program, pushed by the Indian government, but also supported by the French government with some subsidiary also coming from France. So we can use, I would say, both power to be part of the game and to play a big role in all these nice initiatives that are rising here in India.
When we are talking about the expansion plan of yours, so are you entitled for some kind of incentive policy that the government has already announced?
Right, yeah. So MCP is one which is helping us. We have taken the benefit earlier also when we were started the operations, and in the future also, whenever there are new machineries which we are planning to have, we will utilize that MCP options for further expansion actually.
So is there any, when we talk about the government policies and doing business with the government, so government says that there is a ease of doing business in India. So what difference do you see 1 year back and now?
Yes, there are been changes initiated. We are but yet to look for some more speedy response. Some of the tax related reforms and tax related guidelines to help us to again improve the ecosystem. So these are some of the things which we are still expecting to improve.
Can we specify the tax related things?
Yeah, so there are little complex tax structure compared to the developed countries where there is a simple guidelines and some thing. So but for electronics anyway, it is a big path to go for India. So we expect that it can be simplified tax structure instead of dividing that into segment wise and product wise. If we can have some simpler this thing, then it can help more more of the EMS companies and the electronics manufacturing companies to expand their plants in India.
Still, since 1 year, to answer to your question, we have clearly seen some difference and some improvements. Devang was talking about telecommunication, mobile, and set-top box. These definitely are initiatives and things that are coming now that would not have come 1 year ago.
So do you see, since you are studying tax structure in India and all, so GST is going to help you out in that case?
GST may not help us in a big way because that is all related to the finished goods which goes directly to or the OEMs who are selling the product. We are little before the OEM part where so it will have impact, but not at large extent for us actually. It will surely impact our end customer, and finally it will anyway come back to us on some stage.
So coming back to your business part in India, right? So what is the proportion you are doing? What business proportion you have in India and the rest of the world?
10% of the overall added value would come from India if we are considering the global activity of the group.
And what target you have set for yourself? Maybe 2 years down the line when the manufacturing will actually happen in India and things will reflect here.
Right. So as of now, not very specific guidelines which we are working on, but then again we are studying the market and the requirements in India and requirements with our foreign customers. So looking into that, probably we will be touching almost about 15 to 20% kind of global turnover is what something we are wish to have. But then again, we'll have to see how the market responds to the need of growth and other things.
Yeah, the ambition of EOLANE. I was saying that today the overall turnover of EOLANE is around 430 million euro. Our ambition, our vision, maybe in 5 years from now, just to give you some, would be to reach the €1 billion activity. And going from a share which is maybe 70% of this turnover coming from France today to below 50% for sure. That means that EOLANE, which is a French company and which has been a French company up to the late 2010, is really accelerating its internationalization footprint. And definitely for us there are two key location and operation that will bring this growth into the international part, which is definitely Asian operation, both China and India. But we definitely see that India would have a growth rate even bigger than China for the coming years.
So roughly, probably you can say it's about 50% coming from our Europe subsidiary and 50% out of Europe, which is in Morocco, China, India, and some of the German subsidiaries. What we
Apart from it, can you tell, want to address to your target audience, is any specifications, any USPs of your company? So anything which you would like to do?
No, for our audience, come and see us, come and visit us, because seeing our plant is really one the part to see our capabilities and our professionalism and the quality level of our not only of our equipments, but moreover of our crew. We have a team which is a very experienced team in electronics. Our happiness of our customers is our first pride. So this is the message. We want to develop. We will develop definitely, and we will be developing with the the main customers, and the winners will develop together with us.
So for us, our global guideline and the global motto also to be like customer first. So that is what we also follow for all our Indian subsidiaries, and we are again partner of choice for our customers. So our customers, whenever they enter in EOLANE, they are there for years together. So globally, we are 700 plus customers, and they are been there since the start of the company. So right, so that is the same motto we are also been working with, and we wanted to always be remain customer first kind of a motto.
And maybe an additional word, first between French and India, I think there is a strong link, cultural, historical link, and this is working very good. Okay, and I do also believe that in the coming years, EOLANE could become also a door open to French and Western European market. So coming also working partnership with EOLANE in India could help our customer to develop themselves and to develop also their investment in Western Europe. So it could be a kind of win-win strategy to start operation in India and to develop then in this mature market, but still that needs to have a renewal of its of the key players.
Thank you, Devang.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It was very nice meeting.